What is the most disturbing fact about the human body? The fastest killing virus takes around 4 days to kill you. That would be Ebola. Your immune system can kill you in 15 minutes. If your brainstem, the part of the brain that mediates most motor control for all of the body, is damaged, you can get locked-in syndrome. That means you're fully conscious and aware of your surroundings, but unable to move or speak. The only muscles that remain unaffected in most people are the muscles that move the eyes and the eyelids. You're essentially trapped within your own body with your only way of communication being blinking or moving your eyes. It can be caused by toxins, blockage of the basilar artery, which is the main artery of the brainstem, or other brainstem damage. IDK about the most disturbing, but how bad human teeth are. We'd think it's our sugary and processed diets these days that cause it. But even Otzi the Iceman discovered in Italy was found to have terrible teeth, mouth diseases and cavities. It's odd that even with the most basic of diets our teeth are so bad. Some people suffer from exploding head syndrome, which causes them to hear a loud bang when they wake up. Edit. Holy street. I did not expect this comment explode, no pun intended. Not sure if this is by design, but I totaled my car once, almost completely uninjured somehow. Then I looked down to my right hand, which I remember jabbing into my dashboard at 55 miles per hour. Luckily, unluckily, only my pinky took the blow. But instead of a floppy udder full of bone sand, my pinky was 0.5 inches long. Broke no bones, but instead perfectly stacked my phalanges, or finger bones, into my hand. This is fixed by a muscular Russian moose grabbing your pinky with both hands and pulling very hard. God, I wish they gave me more lidocaine. TL. Doctor. Hid my pinky on dashboard. Stacked finger bones instead of fracturing them. Edit. Thanks for gold or golds. If you have a surgery where they need to move your organs around, they might not function for a day as the body assumes that they are dead. L&D nurse here. This is why we won't let post-op C-section patients eat until they fart. That way we know the digestive system is back online. If you eat too soon after abdominal surgery, you can end up with a paralytic ileus, which is where all the food just sits there until it gets thrown back out the top end. If you think C-section pain is bad, try a C-section plus vomiting. Edit. To clarify, when I say eat, I mean actual solid food, not clear liquids. It is always making disgusting body noises. The only reason you are not aware of it is because the ambient noise kind of drowns it out, because your ears focus on it. If you go to one of those super silent rooms that absorb all sorts of sounds, it is a really weird way to reacquaint yourself with your body. Your body knows all the answers of the biology exam, but won't tell you. This is gonna end up one of those TikToks with Subway Surfers gamma play. Well, just this week there was a woman, local, in her late 20s who died of a toothache. She had posted on FB about needing a dentist over the weekend and decided to wait till Monday. Sunday morning she was gone. The infection went to her brain. I noticed this after my abdominal surgery. When I turned over in bed my guts seemed to fall from one side to the other. Mentioned to my doc and she confirmed it was my bowels rearranging themselves. The brain chemistry is stable enough to last thousands of years if not diseased. It's the rest of the body that kills us. Stomach acid is very powerful. It would burn right through us if we didn't secrete mucus every few hours. There's enough copper in your body to make a pair of headphones. There are a vast number of ways that your body can malfunction and kill you with little or no warning. An aneurysm can go undetected until it bursts and kills you. Getting hit in the chest just the right way can stop your heart. You can encounter an allergen that never previously provoked an immune response that freaks out your body so badly that you die. You literally just never know if your body will just die. They can come at any age too. My then 11-month-old son suffered a ruptured brain aneurysm 18 months ago. No symptoms leading up to it, and the surgeons told us there was no way to see it coming. The exact words were unbelievably shitty luck. Without a very fortunate specific chain of events, we'd have lost him. After 15 hours of brain surgery, 3 weeks in a coma/PICU, bronchitis with reventilation and finally COVID, we were home 6 weeks later. He started walking in March of this year and now following his latest assessment, has not even behind developmentally. The human body is incredible. Edit. For all the people asking, he was 11 months when he suffered the aneurysm. Has now coming up to 2.5. I also backstory for anyone interested. A third to a half of all fertilized ovum do not result in a viable pregnancy. They are expelled as a heavy period instead. Most women don't even realize that they miscarried. Period cramps are essentially your womb suffocating itself. To get the uterine lining out of your womb during your period, your uterus has to contract. Sometimes, when the contractions are stronger, your womb squeezes its blood vessels so tight that oxygen can't reach them, which sends pain signals to your brain. Ouch. But wait. There's more. This process increases your production of chemicals called prostaglandins, which encourage more contractions of the uterus. There really is no mercy. That our own immune system can kill us by defending itself against intruders by basically blowing themselves up. The tiniest injury to your brain can change your entire life. Depending on the part of the brain that gets hurt, you can lose your special/general senses, control over your own body, the ability to produce and/or comprehend language, your memories, your personality, etc. Remember to wear a helmet, everyone. Your skin is your biggest, most complex, and least understood organ. Your skin is what most everyone considers their identity. Your skin has an amazing amount of specialized areas and functions. Elbow skin is very different than the skin covering your ears. Skin is an external organ. It's an organ that is in contact constantly with the world around you. All of your visible body is skin, except for your eyes and hair and nails. Your skin requires more energy to sustain than any other part of your body. Skin is fucking wild. The actually is wrapped in a big sweaty blanket we call skin. The prescription acne medication Accutane turns your bones green. I learned this working in a bone and tissue donor center where sometimes you'd get kids or adults hot bean on the stuff and their bones were either bright green or a darker forest green depending on how long ago/how many treatments they had. We wouldn't reject the donor or anything. The bones are still fine. They're just green. I have a lot of weird stories from this place. Edit. It could be minocycline and not Accutane. All the processing techs I worked with swore it was Accutane though. Edit 2. Some people are sharing stories of Accutane and bright green wisdom teeth roots. So maybe it is both. You have about 2 inches of penis len that is below the surface, but no amount of tugging will get it out. Challenge accepted. You develop cancerous cells every day, but your immune system deals with it. Edit. Usually. An estimated 60% of cancers arise from non-modifiable risk factors. In other words, they are not due to any lifestyle choices, and they are not preventable. Edit. If anyone is interested, this study is just one data point that fits with the broader epidemiological data that also suggests /40% of cancer is preventable. Your butthole and your mouth originate from the same cell grouping during development. But the butthole cells form first. Then the mouth cells from them. That means your mouth is from your ass. People that have severe epilepsy can get a procedure done to cut the corpus callosum which connects the two sides of the brain and allows them to talk to each other. Once this happens, your image identification side can't talk to your word side and causes issues if you aren't able to look at an item with both eyes. Otherwise patients act mostly the same. So if you were asked to cover UI that sends info to your language center and then shown a ball to look at for your object identifying center, you wouldn't be able to tell what it is out loud. Your brain would still be recognizing it, but wouldn't be able to provide the word for it, as well as some other. Fortunately, it is very rare to get this done these days as medication has become more effective. So this procedure is a last resort sort of thing. My little sister was born without a corpus callosum. It comes with some hearing, learning, and vision disabilities, but it lets her do some weird shit too. She's fully ambidextrous to the point where she can draw with her left hand pretty well too and write normally with her right. She's colorblind in one eye, but not the other, but the colorblind one is so sensitive to light she can see pretty well in pitch darkness. She gets an excuse to wear cool glasses that have one side blacked out. Honestly, the fact that Balzacs move on their own, that's freaky after me. I'm so afraid to scroll this and inevitably see that goddamn rabies copper pasta and ruin my entire week. You make and swallow between 1 and 2 liters of saliva every day. People with pancreatic cancer can have a sense of impending doom weeks to months before being diagnosed. Edit. Sorry for adding to your anxieties. If you aren't a middle-aged or older smoker, you shouldn't worry too much about this. If you are a low vertical bar, please stop smoking. There are drugs and behavioral therapies that can help you quit. I love you. Edit 2. As others have pointed out, there are other diseases that have this symptom too. You can freak out about this fact or just take the moral of the story. If you feel like something is wrong, don't wait. Hesitation is defeat. Set up an appointment with your doctor. Ask them what it could be and how they're going to determine what it is. Ask questions and take care of yourself. It survives more trauma than people expect. People generally assume, if you're hurt badly, that you die quickly. But most often you do not. IDKY, it freaked me out, but bones have holes in them for blood vessels called foramens. Also, there is a tube from your ears to nose to oral cavity. And if they do a temporary craniotomy to remove pressure, they put the piece of skull in your stomach in the meantime. All those slimy bags and tubes on the inside. Fun fact, if you have surgery, when they put your guts back inside they just toss them in all willy-nilly, and so you back up, then they figure themselves out. When we defibrillate someone hoarse in an unsuitable rhythm, we're basically just shutting off their heart and hoping it will turn back on by itself in a normal pattern. That's why you don't shock a systole. There's nothing to turn off. Defibrillation is like hitting the reboot switch in the computer. Hopefully the problem will solve itself when you turn it off, and it'll return to normal function. Wounds and bone breaks are actively held together by your body. More specifically, the collagen it produces, that acts like glue. If you don't eat enough vitamin C and get scurvy, you won't produce enough, all old wounds will reopen, and long-healed bones could break apart again. Collagen also holds your teeth in, so they loosen and can fall out. Eat some fruit. Folks, don't push that parsley to the side of your plate. The head can be twisted around about 3.5 times before coming off. 8% of our DNA is actually from viruses. Scientists once took a swab of the inside of an American man's belly button to observe the bacteria that live there. They found bacteria previously only known to exist in Japan. The man had never traveled outside of the US. So you never know what other country's bacteria you're carrying in your belly button. Most of the bacteria that will decompose you when you die is already inside you and makes up a sizable portion of your body mass. That's why removing organs staves off decomposition of a body for longer. Your body will begin its inevitable decline decades before your mind does. You can mitigate it, but nothing can stop it. Adolescence. Most mammals hit adulthood in one clean break. Our kids hit a terrifying state of not being able to take care of themselves, but capable of and hormonally hell-bent on reproducing. Like, what kind of messed up series of horrors made that a biological advantage? What was your favorite comment? Let us know below. And remember to like and subscribe, it helps a lot.